Hey guys, welcome to Simply Bitcoin, the channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter to important updates to those cringy daily fails. We've got it all. But first, drop us a like and subscribe. So, we're going to kick it off with the Clark Moody dashboard. All right, we're looking at a block height of 649,551. Bitcoin price right now is 10,516. Chain rewrite days, 517. Total lightning capacity, all-time high, by the way, 1,110.24.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, that is so awesome, man. Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. So here we go. All right, so we've got Cameron Winklevi. Okay, DeFi is not the same as the 2017 ICO craze. Back then, money was raised on shitcoin white papers written in a coffee shop. DeFi is already live and working in the wild. Billions of dollars at work, earning positive yield. This isn't hypothetical vaporware. This is real. No, it's hypothetical vaporware. Those tokens are doing absolutely nothing. Okay, so there's that tweet from him. Okay, and then you've got his brother today tweets out, yield is something you used to earn from your bank. Now you earn it from a smart contract. The DeFi revolution is upon us. No, don't get me wrong, but they totally botched it with Dave Portnoy. Okay. And he, like, you saw what happened there, right? And now they're shilling this DeFi garbage. So
it's so sad, man. It
really is.
It's because they have a vested interest, man. They sell these goddamn tokens, and man, I don't like that, man.
Exchange
whatever.
Owners, right? They get paid fees,
exactly.
Right? They earn commissions on all of this activity, so they're incentivized.
Exactly. So, Phil, what is the daily lesson for today?
That it's a tough one, It's also tough to come up with different ones all the time, but really, I don't know. You can't trust the Winklevi.
I was thinking the same thing too. I was like, the Winklevi cannot be trusted. All right. So it's time for the daily meme review. Awesome. Man, you're gonna laugh. Does it have sound? Hold on, let me check. I'm gonna put it here. But it is by Bitcoin Meme Hub. Shout out to him. And found a video of Peter Swift tweeting nonsense about Bitcoin.
Love Bitcoin Meme Hub.
Someone throws a chair. Someone throws a chair at the end. Awesome. Dude, okay. I know what I'm gonna give it. That was super easy for me to rate. Phil, for me, that's on par with the Matrix, baby. I'm gonna give it a perfect 10.
I am also giving it a perfect 10.
Dude, that was hilarious, man. Awesome. That was great.
And Peter Schiff is so the laughing stock, one of the many laughing stocks of Bitcoin, where I think he's more relevant in Bitcoin than he is in gold at this point.
Absolutely. Now, the question is, Phil, and I want to get your perspective on this. Do you think that he knows what he's doing, or he's just clueless? Is he doing it for engagement? Because it's working.
Yeah, I think so. You know what? I do think he knows what he's doing to a certain extent. I think that possibly he has so much vested in gold that, incentive-wise, he really has no choice than to, stick to his guns.
Absolutely.
I agree he's got so much in it. He's got so much in it, he has to go down with the ship.
Yeah, I agree. It clouds your judgment when you're holding those heavy bags,
It does, and really there'd be nothing wrong with him acknowledging Bitcoin, like in a positive way, like personally, if I was him, I would be learning how to add that, to my business, and then explaining all of its positive qualities and getting people on board. It's just ridiculous.
I absolutely agree with you.
It's such a no-brainer, and for some reason he's douchey about it.
100%. Guys, it's time for the Daily News, sponsored by Man, I think you sent me this. Well,
Oh
it's
yeah.
super interesting. So
I didn't
check
even
this
read
out,
the whole
guys. So I'm gonna really real quickly. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss any of the words. Did you know between 2010 and 2013, former Mike Hearn, then a tech lead at Google's offices in Zurich, Switzerland, designed a security system that was later tapped by the NSA and GCHQ? I'm assuming that's a security service. The Snowden leaks revealed the existence of the surveillance taps in late 2013. Did you know Craig S. Wright, Faketoshi, works with the Department of Homeland Security on tracking users, etc.? Did you know Gavin Anderson worked with the CIA explaining details on Bitcoin? Now, what was the one thing Mike Hearn, Craig Wright, and Gavin Anderson were pushing in Bitcoin, and why? Big blocks.
Yep.
Wow, man. Because that undermines Bitcoin's peer-to-peer / decentralized nature and forces Bitcoin back onto a central server that can be easily controlled and or taken down, as indeed happened with some Bitcoin predecessors and many altcoins like Ethereum / Infra, Ripple, etc. Just leaving these docs for fun. Guys, I'm gonna link I'm gonna link this tweet down in the link description because I'm sure you guys are gonna want to look at it yourselves. Yeah. But Phil, that's really nefarious, man. That's really nefarious.
I've always said it. Okay, I've always said it about Craig and Calvin. Okay, like so it's not necessarily that he works with who he works with, but that the whole narrative from his perspective was to undo the decentralization, and that's why they are proponents of that, because that's exactly it, right? If it's not something that you can run yourself, then immediately it goes back to the institutions where it can be very much captured and monitored. And then we start to create points of failure, central points of failure.
Central points of failure.
That's exactly what they want, So, yeah.
Exactly. And it's crazy because you hear Craig Wright talking about the courts so much. The courts could enforce this. The courts could enforce that. Man, if he got his way, the Bitcoin as we know it wouldn't be functioning. It would be, you'd be using courts and humans to mitigate transactions, man. That's so scary. Thank God, us Bitcoiners won the war with our node network.
Faketoshi is an enemy of freedom. Okay.
Absolutely.
Like, this guy is completely insane.
I completely agree, man.
I know that. Oh.
He's malicious, and what he did to HODLNOT was horrible, and he still hasn't paid him.
Oh, he's brutal. I mean, like this guy has no shame. This guy has absolutely no shame at all, and it's mind-boggling.
I absolutely agree. So let's talk about something a little bit more positive. And at the end of the day, guys, Bitcoin won. So
yeah,
F you to everybody.
That's right.
So guys,
not Satoshi.
Exactly. Hashtag Craig Wright is not Satoshi. I'm going to put that big in letter. You know what? I'm going to make that the Easter egg again. So Bitcoin for business. This was a huge announcement, guys. I'm going to explain to you why. So Unchained Capital today announced that they're basically launching a multi-signature advanced business accounts for clients. And I'm just going to kind of put up this. Okay, here it is. So I'm just going to kind of show what this is. So basically what this allows is that you, as the owner of the company, get to dictate what employees in your company have what type of permissions in order to access different keys of the multi-sig setup. This is a total game changer.
Wow.
Because before, what would have to happen is you'd have to set that up yourself. Right. Yeah. So you would need someone who was very technical and understood how the multi-sig signature worked. Now, Unchained Capital is launching that as a product for all companies. Right. So if you're a company that holds Bitcoin, now you could use their solution not only as a way of storing it yourself in self-custody, but you could be confident that you'll be able to manage those keys properly. And what was really interesting about this article, Phil, is that they started with this. So you kind of understand where they're going with this.
Mm-hmm.
MicroStrategy has recognized Bitcoin as a legitimate investment asset that could be superior to cash, and accordingly has made Bitcoin the principal holding in its treasury reserve strategy. So you could kind of understand where they're going if that's the top quote that they're putting up there. They're aiming for big corporations, and most importantly, and the most bullish thing, Phil, is the fact that they are offering self-custody through multi-sig.
Wow. I didn't know that happened. I think it's fantastic. If people zoom out a bit, what is happening is that the back end of Bitcoin, the business, the corporate back end of Bitcoin is coming to life. And that is needed. If we really want this all to grow and to work, just like the other, like the fiat system grew its legs, well, guess what? Bitcoin has to grow its legs, and it's getting to do it in a self-sovereign way. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff.
It's so cool, man. I love that they're offering a way for companies to confidently secure their own coins rather than rely on a custodian. So for me, this is a game changer. And Phil, there was a pretty big software release today. Why don't you tell us about it?
Software releases. We've got Spectre version 0.8.0 that released, new wallet setup wizard, and they also got a hardware wallet message signing, pruned node quick scan, mobile friendly UI, and resizable QR codes. Awesome. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Spectre's a cool product.
Oh yeah, and again, guys, we always put that down in the link description if you want to experiment with it. What Phil said, Spectre's an awesome wallet. And guys, that's today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, G. That's your boy, your other host, Phil, and I'll see you guys on the next one.